And I was like, I looked at my Bible and I was like, that was God. Like, that was God.
Spit something right now.
Freestyle on the podcast.
Yeah.
In the dash while you go fast.
Damn.
They said dear while you been fast.
Yeah. That boy gulping. Are you nervous? You've been drinking water like crazy. You know, when you walk with the Lord, you're not always going to be comfortable. You know, he's going to shake some things up in your life because when you're comfortable, that means you're not leaning on him.
We're cool. This podcast is for everyone.
Yeah,
really
it's definitely for everyone. It's for the conversations.
Yeah, it's for the conversation.
I don't know about them, but I'm not afraid to have those conversations as well.
What's good, y'all boys?
Evening.
Welcome to the Rule of Thirds podcast, the podcast where we discuss, you know, college lifestyle in general, faith, self-improvement, finances, and things of that nature. We're your hosts. I'm Jordan.
I'm Charles.
Say it again.
Oh, I'm Charles.
And I'm Dior.
Okay. So, you know, first episode of the podcast. Y'all boys excited?
Indeed.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling great today.
We had a lot of first
blue.
episodes.
Yeah, first episode.
It has been a few first episodes.
Okay.
We have to like kind of thug it out because Charles don't got a mic.
Yeah.
He's not sanctioned right now.
Hey, part of being in college is the ghetto lifestyle. Not everything's gonna be perfect, but you gotta keep pushing.
Indeed.
This is an example.
Indeed.
Am I holding your mic the whole time for you?
Oh,
Journey gonna interview.
I'm trying to hand it to him.
nah, straight.
J. Lou gonna interview you too.
If I just talk loud,
Yeah, probably.
okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, remember how last time, like the very first one, we had like those mics on the thing, and Charles didn't get a mic. He just had to talk loud as heck.
He didn't want a mic. I was cooling. So,
Indeed.
how have y'all been?
I've been well. How have you been?
I've been cooling, chilling, just trying to get back, stay organized in my life.
Yeah, for sure. Blessed and highly favored, for sure.
That's good.
So, you know, let's get into these things.
Get into the topic. Well, since I already kind of spoiled the first topic for Charles off camera, I'm going to go into this one. Y'all remember Cartoon Network, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You know how it got canceled? Like, it's not existing anymore, low-key.
I won't stay up to date with the things, but I guess now I know.
Yeah, it happened a minute ago. It happened a brick ago, but I was like, I know, like, y'all, like, watch cartoons and shit, so, like.
How far is a minute ago?
Like, a few months ago. Actually, it might have been 2022, if I'm not mistaken. Because, like, its cancellation was, like, pretty. Yeah. We're very late to the news, but I found it out, and I was like, dang, Cartoon Network canceled? That's, like, childhood.
I was more of like a Disney Channel kid anyways.
You look like a Disney Channel kid.
All right.
That's crazy. So I was like, yeah. But, like, think about all the classics that, like, came out of Cartoon Network.
When they lost the Cartoon Network. Why did they cancel?
Probably because of money reasons.
They was just really showing like a whole bunch of reruns.
Yeah, probably. Remember like that one show, My Gym Partner's a Monkey? My Gym Partner's a Monkey.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
That was tough.
That was a throwback, though.
That was a throwback.
Codename Kids Back Door.
Codename Kids Back Door? You mean Codename Kids Next Door?
I did not.
Next Door.
Next Door. Nigga said Back Door.
I'm joking.
I did not have the luxury of, you know, cable, so I missed out on a lot of these things.
Let them know where you from.
Ocala. We got cable there. I just didn't have cable, you know.
They had
We had
Cartoon
Netflix and all that.
They had Cartoon Network in Jamaica. Stop playing.
I know we had it, but we ain't have it.
Oh, okay.
Cause you know we were calling on Netflix and all that.
Yeah, that's true.
I remember watching like Codename Kids Next Door and things like that at like other people's crib. But yeah,
No.
I think we really only was watching like George Lopez show. That's the latest. That's my farthest memory back of cable.
Nickelodeon.
Nick. All right. Would you like to get in the first topic?
Indeed.
All right. Got you. So this one is about the Ron DeSantis legislation, I like to call it.
Ooh.
You know, the one where it's like saying like how you can't talk about like slavery in a certain light, how you can't talk about things. And I was even talking to the diversity and equity that one that is on campus,
Diversity,
and they're
Equity,
saying
Inclusion
like,
Club.
huh?
DEI.
Yeah, it's not even called DEI anymore. I think. I think they had
added to it.
Yeah, they had to change it. So yeah, they had to change it, and it's just like it's crazy because like what they was telling me from what I was like putting in, like receiving, they was like saying like, oh, we don't have much freedom to say certain things and like do certain things, but like the student body does. So it's like us as students can like do more than DEI, which is actually kind of crazy, like in terms of like diversity movement. It's very interesting.
I didn't even know like they banned like certain things they could say. I really thought it was just like federal funding for like diversity, equity, inclusion plans.
No, that's bad.
I know they took away funding, but because they can't teach about it in schools because why?
Because it makes I think the main argument was it's like they can't talk about it in schools because it makes like the people that were the oppressors or that may
Who
look
were the
like
oppressors, Dior?
the people that may look like the oppressors or would feel like some type of animosity towards them, guilt, or like just feel left out from the situation. I don't know.
What type of people look like the oppressors, Dior?
They know who they are.
But yeah, definitely in Florida, it's very interesting how the state is kind of heading. You know, it kind of seems like we're taking steps back, but I do think certain things don't belong in education. Not that one. That one's okay. But yeah, the way the world is shifting is definitely interesting, especially in Florida, especially Ron DeSantis. You know, they say vote, but I didn't vote, you know. Did y'all vote? No, I am.
Oh, okay.
I was just busy. I waited till the last day, you know. Voting is important, but honestly, I be thinking, you know, the vote really don't matter because I'm like, I am one vote. But when 10,000 or 100,000 people have that same mindset, then it matters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fire to Babylon. Yeah, I don't know. I feel very mixed about I don't like the legislation at all, but it's just like it is what it is. I feel like it can't really affect anything as of right now, but what they was even selling me, it's like looming over their heads. Like it hasn't like really directly made anything. So I feel like that's how everybody else feels about it. Maybe like looming.
I don't know if y'all got family members outside of state, but they stay calling me and being like, do y'all see the craziness that's happening in your state? Like, what's going on over there? We hear like your governor is going crazy and applying certain things to your school districts. And like, it's crazy because other people in other states are looking at Florida like, what are y'all doing over there? Like, what's going on?
We're not doing shit.
I just,
it's them.
I just became desensitized to it. Like any legislation, I don't really keep up with politics because it's just gonna like put a bad spirit on your mind. Like I cannot change what's going on. I'm just gonna have to live with it. But I guess that's a bad mindset too. So that's complacency. That's why people protest. That's why people riot. But I don't think rioting is right in a sense. But
Be the change that you want to see.
Say that louder.
Be the change that you want to see.
Somebody mad.
He tripping. If y'all don't know, like we can look at like a parking lot from here, so it's like that's if you see it's
Y'all
like
know people in Florida can't drive.
oh yeah they can Miami specifically. Bro, tell me why. I was like making a right turn. This lady almost crashed into me when I was leaving a Target. And then like she was on her phone and just looking at me in the wrong. I was like, what? You're on your phone though. So like, am I really wrong if you're on your phone?
No, what?
That was like crazy. I should have popped the trunk on her, not gonna lie.
Hop out the car in the middle of the road.
Indeed. Emergency braking off.
Being one of those people that can't drive well, I stand for that lady.
No. Ricky, when I find you, Ricky.
Nah, bruh. So much people was honking at me when I was driving this summer. Like, I'd be making bad decisions while driving.
You make bad decisions?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for warning me.
Like, I'm like, this is a green light, you know, but I'm in my left lane. Can I really turn left on this?
Oh my
I don't know.
gosh.
I'll wait for that left arrow, but then I was like, I'll just wait till the person honk behind me just to make sure so I don't make the wrong move. That man definitely honked at me and I turned left.
You can go green.
Yeah. But you know, I just be trying to make sure.
Hey man.
Better be cautious than to be
Yeah, I did turn into like ongoing traffic about 2 months ago.
Oh,
What?
Yeah. I
on the
drive.
wrong side?
Yeah,
Oh,
I drive like a female.
that's crazy.
it's ongoing traffic.
Yeah,
That
I
is
just been on
crazy.
that one.
it wasn't like on a main road, so I just hurried up
In reverse.
and like made a U-turn on the right side.
Okay.
That's so hilarious. I feel like driving is like, it's like instinct in a way. Like some people are like really good and some people are just really bad. But I know like with most things it takes practice. But like
Yeah.
when first starting out, I feel like there's like some people that are just too good at driving. And
Yeah.
like you've never been behind a wheel before. Like what's going on?
I think the fundamentals that you learn when you first start driving
Mm-hmm.
carries over forever.
Yeah, I feel like it might be genetic too. Like on the way you
think so?
drive.
Watching
Yeah,
your parents drive,
yeah, or it might be genetic or like nature and nurture. Maybe I don't know.
how you're raised.
Yeah.
Like your dad and mom are both bad drivers.
Yeah,
My mom was a bad driver.
yeah. Cause like I catch my as of lately when I first started driving, I used to drive like pretty speed limit. Like I like used to abide to the speed limit like more. But like as of now, I drive like my dad. So
Nah, I stay in that 10 below the speed limit or 10 above. Never.
No, I'd be
My
like
dad
20
stuck that in
over.
my head.
I'd be like 20 over sometimes.
20 over.
okay,
40 over maybe.
40 over is crazy.
40 over is crazy.
Going 80 to 40 is just insane. When people get tickets for that, I'd be like, bro, what were you thinking?
Yeah, I don't.
that is
I feel
crazy.
like let me not discriminate myself, but I'm maybe going 20.
Incriminate.
Incriminate myself.
You're going 80 to 40.
No, I'm going like
60.
60.
60 and a 40 is valid.
That's not
60.
911.
We got him. We got him.
Grab some water.
Gotta stay hydrated indeed.
Nah, for sure, for sure.
Nah, but like, I don't know. I enjoy driving, but like, if you told me to like take a road trip as of right now, I feel like I wouldn't be built for that. I feel like certain things as like a dude, like you have to be a certain age for. You feel what I'm saying? Because like,
Oh, wait. I thought you were going to say something else.
what?
I thought you were going to say certain things as a dude you have to be built for.
Oh,
And I feel like doing long drives is one of them.
I think that too. Built for, yeah.
Yeah,
But
because like you and your girl going on a road trip,
I can't. I don't think I could do
you
it.
gotta drive more than half the time.
Exactly.
I'm in the back seat. Bro,
Passenger princess.
literally like having no car, but going out with like a female
Yeah.
and they want to like go out somewhere, you know. I tell them I don't got a car. They got a car. When I step into that passenger seat, do I feel like a little feminine? Yes.
But you gotta own it.
No, there's no owning it.
You gotta own it.
I don't got a car, bruh. I feel bad. Like
He gets all cozy.
I feel
Legs
bad.
crossed.
I feel bad getting drove around, but I don't got no car. And females always got a car.
Yeah.
But it makes sense for a female to have a car over like a young male because you want your daughter to
Be safe.
be safe on that road.
That makes sense,
And
yeah.
not have to rely on no man to
Nobody
drive
just
her around.
around walking through
Yeah. I just need a female to buy me a car so I don't gotta get in their car for real.
Hear
I'm
that?
be looking for a wife or a sugar mom.
I think they could be both.
Exactly. Like, what's wrong? Like,
Now we talking.
think.
We are talking.
Think.
All right, let me tell you.
Think bigger.
You know, when I was working in the summer,
Think bigger.
these old white women were complimenting me heavy. You know, I told them straight up, I was like, I am looking for somebody to pay for my college.
Yo.
And they was like, now we broke too.
Ah. Crazy.
If you out there watching, you know.
Maybe they can help you in other ways.
What are other ways?
Oh my God. What do you think are like
Topic switch real quick.
topics that you do not like? What in terms of like short term goals, like something you want to achieve and it would be cool to have right now. What do you think y'all would want to achieve?
In life?
Just anything.
Oh, short-term goals.
Just anything. Just random.
I want to be, I don't know. Somebody else go.
Short-term goal, I would say like what it feels like to earn more than 20,000 in a year. Because you know when you're in college, like most kids
That's the bar.
That's
this
the
is the
bar.
bar.
Like most kids aren't making more than 20,000 in a year.
Yeah.
We don't know what that tastes like. So I want to see what that tastes like. I know there's going to be payments that are going to come, of course, with earning more money.
Yeah.
But just seeing what that tastes like. And once you hit it, there's no going back.
Indeed.
Short-term goal, buying my own car and seeing my business start to pick up. You know, it's very short-term goals. I feel like I could achieve that in the next couple of months. Even though I am unemployed right now. But, you know, when you walk with the Lord.
Freelance.
Freelance.
Yeah.
When you walk with the Lord.
Don't
I could switch in an instant.
True.
Don't discredit
You don't know
yourself,
what your
gang.
life looks like in 3 months.
Indeed.
Ooh, and that's what we're going to talk about. Leaning on faith.
Leaning on faith.
That's the topic down the line.
But short-term goals for you, we'll get to lean on faith right after this.
Yeah, that might as well. Short term goal for me. Survival. I don't know. I've been really survival. I've been really content. Like, I feel like way too content. You feel what I'm saying? Not
Do you feel comfortable?
not complacent, but it's like very content. So it's like I don't feel the need to have things anymore. It's really weird.
With your lifestyle, like where you are in life.
No, just comfortable as in like I can like build more, and it's like so content. It's like I think the best word is grateful.
Okay.
The best word is just grateful.
You don't need any more.
Yeah, that I have right now.
It would be nice to have more, but you're not desperate for more.
Yeah, I'm just super grateful. God is good. That's why you need to lean on faith. Good transition.
So segmenting into leaning on faith or leaning on the Lord. That boy gulping. Are you nervous? You've been drinking water like crazy, gang.
I'm just always thirsty, fam. Like, I'm just dehydrated as a nigga. I don't know what to tell you.
Good to stay hydrated.
Good to stay hydrated.
That boy thirsty.
Okay, bro. Okay,
Nothing
bro.
could quench his thirst.
Okay, bro.
But
don't know me,
I
son.
love that word quench.
quench.
It's not used often enough. Only Gatorade.
Why do you think quench should be used more?
I don't know. It's just like we use quench for drinks. Why can't I quench a destination?
Yeah, this guy's tripping. He's tripping.
Quench means to like satisfy.
Yeah.
You're gonna satisfy a destination.
Oh, true. That makes no sense. All right, moving on. Next one.
Leaning on faith.
Leaning on faith.
Leaning
That was
on
such a
faith.
crazy deviation.
So, you know, this is a safe place. We're transparent here. I believe it is a safe place. Do you think so?
For us and for y'all as well.
Indeed. So,
Hopefully.
since this is a safe place, within like the last month per se, or anytime within your whole summer, like what's been the most recent or the most impactful time where you had to like lean on the Lord? You know, don't put your business out there per se, but you know, give a good story on where you really had to lean on faith and lean with the Lord.
I'll give a little story about I'm an RA on campus. So as a resident assistant, you don't get to choose which building you go to work at, which could be a struggle for some people. I fortunately had the chance to work with freshmen my first year as an RA, and I was very excited about that, very happy, because you get to build a culture, a sense of community. But after a year freshman, you're ready to bounce. Maybe some people for a summer, you're already tired, you're ready to dip.
Yeah.
So after a year of freshman, I was like, okay, that was a good experience. I'm getting older. I'm about to graduate. It's time for me to work with older people because that's what I'm about to work with when I graduate anyways. And when they came to selection time, the process for which building I was going to be in, they were like, oh, Charles, like for sure you're not going to be in a freshman building anymore. You're not going to be there. Like, don't even worry about it. Don't stress it. I ended up in the freshman building again. The same exact building, actually. And I was talking with God for real because I was like, God, like, am I meant to be here? Like, I don't want to suffer. I don't want to have to. Because when you work with freshmen, it's like you work 24/7. Like, you don't get a break.
Indeed.
These kids are always in need of something. Either it's attention or advice or something. So I was like, God, like, what am I doing? Like, do you want me to work with these freshmen again? Like, is this really your calling? But like, I really don't want to. And I was just in a tough spot, man. And I was just really just leaning on him to let me know, like, this is where I need you to be. And even though it'll make you uncomfortable, it'll make you stronger. I just kept praying about it. And then an opportunity came where one of the higher ups was like, Charles, I don't know how there's this little opportunity, but you might have a chance to not be here. And I was like, how? Like, she was like, somebody quit from this one specific building, and it's the building that you're currently working at in summer, which I got moved to another place for summer. But I was like, there's no way, like, this is like impossible. She was like, yeah, she's like, I thought it was impossible, but it seems like something was able to work out. And I was like, I looked at my Bible and I was like, that was God. Like, that was God. But yeah, that's my testimony in the summer.
Okay, yeah, that's real, because you got to a point where you just like kind of like submitted to, you like, all right, you know, this isn't what I want, but this might be what God has for me.
Yeah, stop fighting it.
And then, yeah, so like once you submit, you realize, or you then become patient, you know, you don't know what's next for you. You don't know why you're there again.
Don't know why. Just gotta trust.
Yeah, but you trusted and your situation ended up changing. So, you know,
just lean on the Lord to see like how I would go about it. Like, would I be okay with the Lord letting me stay in the freshman building? Or am I gonna just go without his say and not pray to him or worry about what he has in mind for me? So.
Yeah, 3 years in a freshman building, especially as a senior, is crazy. So
Insane.
that'd have been wild.
Yeah.
Indeed. You want to go next or me?
You know, I wasn't really thinking about one, but I could give one.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so speaking of this same job, you know, I feel like I should get into it though.
All right, we should just tell them like we were all already.
Oh yeah, we were all RAs at one point.
We were at one point, but then I got fired. Dang, I did get fired though. But what's it called? Going throughout the process, they called us to a meeting, and you could kind of feel like the tension, like that people was gonna get fired. But it's cool though, because that's the spot where I was getting closer in my faith with the Lord and realizing certain things happen for a reason. And, you know, if I'm called to a place, I'm going to be there. But if I'm not called to it, the Lord's going to remove things from my life. And so when I got closer with the Lord, I could see things removing from my life. He's going to remove things from his life so he can bring you closer to him. So he's kind of like going to put you in isolation in a sense, because I was very comfortable in that job. When we was first recording the podcast in Everglades way back, I was saying, you know, I feel very like content where I'm at, content with this job, because it like allows me to be here and not really pay for college. But me being comfortable, you know, when you walk with the Lord, you're not always going to be comfortable. You know, he's going to shake some things up in your life, because when you're comfortable, that means you're not leaning on him. And so he's going to cause you to lean on him. So I ended up getting fired from the job, but I never like really fought it, because I kind of felt peace in it. And, you know, when things are removed from your life, you would think you would get like angry, you think you would get mad, think you would get sad. But when I went into that room, like when they was telling me I was getting fired, I thought I was going to go in there with like a different mindset. I was going to try to fight it. I was going to try to fight for my position. I had certain things to say, but they just, like, the words didn't flow out of me, and I didn't feel like a need for them to like come out of me. So I was just really at peace with it, because I believe like the Lord did remove me from that position. I guess it necessarily wasn't the best work environment based on how the things went down towards the end of me getting fired. But I don't know exactly why the Lord removed it from my life fully. But I feel like there's going to be an opportunity that comes within this next year where that job would have conflicted with the opportunity.
You can understand.
Yeah, so when the Lord moves things from your life, you might not see why just yet, but you just got to trust and lean on him. So, you know, I'm still leaning on him, and I don't know what's next. I'm currently unemployed.
But guess what you got to do?
You just got to lean on him. Lean on the Lord in everything in your life, and it would all come to pass. You know, it'll all be good.
Nah, I don't think y'all know how crazy what he just said is. Like, he had peace in getting fired from a job that literally provides almost everything for you. Yeah. Meal plan, free housing. We know the cost of living in Miami is crazy expensive. Like, you literally have no real worries after that. Like, people, and they pay you as well every 2 weeks as well, stipend. So he had peace in knowing that he was getting fired. If he didn't have God through that process, he probably would have been thinking like crazy. Like,
exactly.
What's wrong with me? Like, what did I do wrong? Like, am I the problem? But he's just like, no, like, God has a plan. And like, when you know that God has a plan for you, it gives you peace in those hard times. So that's just that's inspirational.
And not only that, this is also a testament to how strong my nigga Jordan is too.
Facts.
How strong my nigga Jordan is too.
What?
Like we did have to give this man his coins because like for real. Remember when we called him and he was on the phone with him? Bro wasn't even upset. Bro bro was just talking about God the whole time, and it's just a testament of how like strong Jordan is as a person with his faith and with his walk in faith. So I always got to give you my coins, my dog.
Didn't talk bad about his
Didn't talk bad.
Didn't talk
Didn't talk
about
bad.
his bosses. Like, he was really chilling. He was just like, you know.
And you know what's even the crazy part? You know what's even the best part about it? Jordan was a great RA.
He was
one of the best.
One of the best RAs.
One of the best. If you ask anybody,
if you
like,
ask people, they know who Jordan is.
Exactly.
Which makes this even more crazy, but we're not gonna.
Exactly. Bro literally got groceries for his residents. Let's be. We're not gonna talk about international student.
Hey,
Crazy.
man. I just be chilling. But yeah, we was talking about like one of the spiritual gifts being faith. I think I might have that because you know I be having strong faith, but I just be not knowing where it comes from. So you know,
If you
it
don't
just
know
been
about
natural.
spiritual gifts, tap into 1
Corinthians 12. Yeah, me and Charles was reading that the other day.
We need to get Charles a mic, bro. Bro has no instinct to hold the mic. He has no instinct. We need to get. No, it's okay though.
So we had just took a real low break, like
Intermission.
2 seconds.
Like
That boy tripping here. But yeah. So Dior, now's your time for your little testimony of you leaning off faith
testimony.
and how it came to pass for you.
Testimony of me leaning off faith.
You had 2 people going before you, so you know.
Yeah. I didn't really think about it that much either. I was just like thinking about like how strong Jordan was. I was like, yeah. I was like, damn, that nigga really did what he did. Lean on faith. I guess like ever since I like came to America, it's just been a bunch of leaning on faith. It's really just because, you know, I've been like believing in God for a very long time. Probably since I was born, because my mom teach me about God. And I never really had like, you know how people like have that atheist phase, you know, be like, oh, I don't believe in God. I probably had that when I was like 13 for like 2 months. And I was like, nah, I'm kind of tripping, like, cause this is real. And I've always felt his voice. I always felt his presence. And that's how I always like feel like consistent with it. Cause it's just like that. So in terms of like,
it was real. Like a lot of people don't believe
because they don't feel it. They don't feel
But
it.
you're not gonna feel it if you don't first believe. Yeah, because you have the faith. You have to have faith to understand, to like feel his presence, to feel his voice. Like I feel like when he directs me to certain points in life, but nobody's gonna feel that if you're not seeking it.
And the thing is, the one thing that was really good about how I was raised, my mom did not associate God with the church. It was God, then the church. You feel what I'm saying? And I think
nobody's really raised like that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you feel
the same way.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's so big.
Yeah, my mom was always like, it's God, then the church. It's never like, it's never that. The church is not that deep. Church is not gonna get you to heaven.
Yeah,
Church is not gonna read your Bible for you. Church is not gonna da 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 da.
A lot of those church kids end up growing resentment
Exactly.
to the God
because they
of
tied
how they were taught raising up what the church means.
Yeah, they were tied to the church, and I've never been tied to the church.
Yeah, and I'm so grateful for that, because that jump be pushing people away from God, and God's like, I ain't do nothing to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the church be hurting people. When I was telling you about that club meeting I went to, like the Adventist club, there was the pastor there. She was talking about how she wanted to start an online group for people that have trauma from the church. It's very interesting, and I've never heard anything like that before.
Trauma from the church.
Yeah, they got a shirt that says, well, not her, but there's this brand that has a shirt that says, sorry if the church hurt you. And it's kind of tough. But I've never been hurt by the church, but so many people I know personally, like from my church, have been hurt from it. Yeah. Like my sister, everybody, you know, people just being super judgmental when yeah, you're not supposed to judge each other. I guess at some points in there, the Bible does say God calls you to judge righteously. But that's God. I will never judge anybody.
That's God judging. That's not you. You are not God.
I feel like God puts a standard, and it's our job to hold to the standard, not for us to judge people based on what they choose to do, you know?
Yeah, everybody's in their different walks in life. There's like there's certain group of Christians that are kind of cringy that try to make everybody live like their way. That try to make everybody like so set in stone. Like they're kind of like living like Old Testament way. But in the New Testament, God gives certain people convictions. Like God's relationship with certain people is kind of subjective. His relationship with me is not going to be the same relationship with Dior.
Exactly.
I'm going to get different convictions than Dior is going to get certain convictions. So it's all really subjective, and you can't force your personal beliefs onto somebody else. That's why when it comes to like evangelism or talking about the Lord, I really just be chilling with it. Like I don't really try to like force my opinions onto other people.
You don't have to force it, just share.
Yeah.
Spread the word, just like we're doing now.
It's crazy because the testimony just came to me.
What?
A testimony just came to me about leaning on faith.
Perfect. That boy, the guy got his palm on his head.
It just came to me. In terms of like where I am right now, especially like, I guess when I mean by that, I mean like the people that I'm around. When I first met Charles and Jordan, they weren't as faithful as they were now, but I'm not gonna lie, ever since like we've been getting closer, it's like God, I feel like God around me. Like every time someone's around me, it's like they gravitate towards God. Like my friend Chris, like he was gravitating towards God too when he was around me. And I was like, I don't know if this is interesting, and I don't know if like this is like where I'm supposed to be, but it's like I feel like God always puts me in the right places. Most definitely, because like with my talk with Jordan that one day, like I felt like that was where I was
We
supposed
never talked about God before. I didn't even know you was like faithful.
Yeah.
Like when we talked at the fair, like right after the fair.
we were talking about God, and like we never really talked about it before.
I didn't even know this man
Was
tapped in for real.
Yeah, I've always been like behind the closed door, just always within God, with always making sure. Because I feel like people that are overt about it are, not to say like, are you overt because of your insecurity that you are not the same way behind closed doors? That's my question about it. So it's just, so not to say anybody that's overt, you can be overt and still like have plenty strong faith behind closed door, but it's just like, I know a few people that are like that. But honestly, no judgment to them. You do whatever you want. But I'm just saying, I don't want to be flippy floppy in what I do.
Yeah.
I want to. Overt means like including.
It means someone that acts differently, but outside of
the way they act.
Yeah, they act
like
differently
so behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Doors that act differently?
Yeah.
Oh, that's big on your character.
Yeah. I try to be as consistent and transparent as possible.
Yeah,
and I am
you're
not
very
perfect.
authentic.
Yeah.
I must say so.
I appreciate that. I am not perfect.
You're very authentic also.
Very authentic.
I must say so. I must be fake. Nah, I'm kidding. All right. So, this has been the Rule of Thirds podcast.
Indeed.
First episode,
officially. Hopefully.
Indeed. Hopefully.
Hopefully
this get out there.
Indeed.
But yeah, anything y'all got to say closing out?
Keep God in your life. That's it.
Indeed. Ain't no way better to end it. We'll catch y'all boys next week, really.
Ski.